As you have seen by the title of today's video, I'm going to talk about how to get out of society, how to get out of this divisiveness. How do we free ourselves from a world which encourages us to be constantly divided? It says there's nothing inside of us which is important, only this, what you see and what they tell us to see and what to value is important outside. The only things that are important are the things that are important, valuable to society, to particular society, to your society. But the basics, the structure of society is based on your dividedness. That is to say, you are still looking for your purpose and meaning in life. That is to say, for your inner self, for your divine part outside of yourself, in what they call a twin flame, or maybe a soulmate, a partner in life. So the whole society is based on this lie, if you like. So you find a partner, it's supposed to be your missing half. You have a few kids, you start a family, you buy a house, you need a job to keep your little tribe together. You need money to dress them, to feed them, to pay the bills, to pay the mortgages and so on. And you get stuck. Your whole life revolves around this projection of your missing half is out there in society, where it's really to be only found within you. Okay? I see this, especially on social media, so many experts in finding your twin flame or finding your missing half, your soulmate, without ever actually giving a thought to the fact that you already have found your own inner half, your soulmate, your twin flame within you. It's always there. You just haven't found a means of communicating to it, of bringing it out, or actually going inward and deeper inward, mystically, to find out that it's always there, always waiting for you to rescue it, if you like. This is true healing. This is when you heal the divide that society tells you it's supposed to be like this. And when you find it within you and you bring it out and you bring it into your everyday life, you integrate it into your everyday life, then it becomes your true partner in life. And then you get out. That's how you get out of the labyrinth of society. You see? And then once you have gotten out, you don't care if people like you or not. You don't care if people love you or not. You don't care if you fit in or not. You don't care about being famous. You don't care about being rich. You don't care about having the right address, the right job, the slippery slope of the career ladder. The higher you go, the more respected you are. The more to the center you go. This is also a projection. The center of power in any society is a projection of your own center of power. If you haven't found your own center of power, you're going to be projecting and getting your cues, you're getting your information, what you should be doing. The authority will be the outside of you, not the within you. But when you found the authority within you, when you found your missing half, your twin flame, if you like, it becomes your true partner in life. And the process of you getting out, of living on the margins of society, you don't have to leave the society completely alone. I'll tell you in a minute why. But on the margins of society, begins, and you begin to get out. You begin to finally leave the labyrinth of society. You have found the center. To get out of the labyrinth of society, you have to find your own inner center, not the society's center of power, not the politicians, not the privileged class, not the religious class or whoever it is at the center of your society, but your own inner center. Yeah, and then you begin to get out. And then you don't care if your haircut is just a homemade job like mine. I do my own hair. Or you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for a proper haircut. You don't care about what you wear. This is what I wear every day. And I do the videos and it's not an issue. You don't care about Black Friday sales or Christmas sales. Do you know what I mean? You wear your things that are you comfortable in. You might want to wear your trackies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I know people that haven't been to a department store in decades. I haven't been to a department store in decades. You live under the radar. You've become free. You might choose to work, because, we still need money. But you don't care about having a career or climbing or getting better or earning more money. You don't need it. It's just basic needs. You work maybe a part-time job. You make enough money for your own to buy food and pay some bills and your rent and so on. And if you're getting really lonely, find a pet. Animals are better than humans. Why? Because if you don't find someone who is already conscious as you are of their own inner self, of their own inner partner, their own center of power, they will begin to bring you back into the labyrinth of society again. You will begin to crack. Especially if you're lonely, if you can't handle the solitude. And there are not many people that are really awake, that are conscious. Although there's lots of people shouting love and light and all this new age and spirituality out there, but they're all pretty much still stuck in society. I know one person, that is actually living like this. And I know heaps of spiritual people. I mean, heaps that call themselves spiritual people. Of course, everyone's on a different level of consciousness. They're all getting there, if you like, slowly. But really, there's just a handful of people that I've met in my life, maybe 2 or 3, that are living like this, quietly on the fringes. Now, when I said you don't need to get out of society, I meant that you might, once you have integrated your inner self, your true partner in life, you will be probably asked to help others to get out. Buddha was asked to help others to get out. So was Jesus. And that was their teaching, the whole teaching. Jesus had 2 ways of teaching. He had the public teaching and the private teaching. The public teaching was just parables for people who couldn't understand what he was saying privately, or weren't ready. And to the private teaching, which we call gnosis, his private teaching, there he was teaching everyone that you don't need to, look towards society for what you're looking for, ultimately looking for your destiny in life, but it's already within you. Okay? And Buddha did the same thing, and he used to say, because it was very difficult, the teaching is difficult, people don't understand, people will follow you, but they don't understand what's really going on. Or it's too difficult for them to get out, too difficult to make the commitment to their inner self. So Buddha used to say, I can give my teaching in brief, I can give my teaching in elaborate form. It is the people who understand who are difficult to find. Yeah, I can say that this is absolutely true. Now, if you are asked to help others to get out, this is going to be your new job, if you like, your new service to the community. That's what I call it. That's on the level of the heart, the real compassion, the real open heart level of your new life, if you like, your new spiritual life. And to get out, to help them to get out, You always point inward. You point to their own inner self. And it'll be their own inner self that is going to tell them what they need to do once they have recovered their inner self, the missing, half, the missing twin flame, if you like. And it will dictate them, it will tell them what, if they are ready or not to be able to help others. Also, you can find a partner, if you like, a human partner, but the soul, your inner self, will have to dictate, or not dictate, but advise to you which one is right, which one it is not. If any one of you have read my book, Where We Dream the Single Dream, I go into that a little bit in there with my relationships. I had the same problem. It was what I thought I wanted, but what the inner self wanted were not the same things. And there is always the decision that you're gonna have to walk away. You walk away because simply people are not ready for where you already are. And it's difficult. That's why I said, if you're lonely, find a pet. Animals, in this respect, when you're already living on the fringes of society, animals are better. People will not understand you. Let me just have a look at the time. People are not going to understand you the way you live. They won't. People still, the values of society is achievement. You have to have titles to be respected. You have to have, if you have a job, you be a career. I was, to this day, I'm called lazy. I have no ambition. I have, because the way I live. It's completely different to what you're taught. And you're taught to think this way from the moment you start your school, maybe even earlier now. You're taught to compete with others. You're taught to climb the slippery slope of success. The higher you go, the better you're standing in society, the better chances of you to survive. That's what this is really all about. And if you look at the symbology of this climbing up, it's really just the symbology of your inner climb to the center, to your own center of power. But it's of course projected onto society. Okay? I want to read you something that Peter Kingsley said about this. This moment in life where you start to look within. And when it comes to most of us, really, you no longer find any satisfaction in society, in culture. Nothing can fulfill this longing. There's something else that is driving you now. And no matter what anyone throws at you from society, whether there be fame, money, the perfect lover, anything really, it will do it for a while because it's something new, but eventually that deep yearning, something within you is going to be telling you, no, this is not it, you got to keep going, you got to keep looking. Yeah, you come to a dead end, in other words. And this is the way Peter Kingsley puts it. If you're lucky, at some point in your life, you'll come to a complete end. See? Or to put it another way, if you're lucky, you'll come to a crossroads and see the path to the left leads to hell, that the path to the right leads to hell. Yeah, I know that. That the road straight ahead leads to hell, and that if you try to turn around, you'll end up in complete and utter hell. Yeah, exactly that. You come to a complete dead end, no matter which way you turn, no matter what is thrown at you, no matter what is offered to you, it's just not going to do it. You have to do the inner work, and this is what this is talking about. Once you do the inner work, once you come out, it's a completely different life. You're downsizing. You're not in, your friends might drop away. Most of my friends dropped away. They can't understand this weird me. And I was there, in my early 20s, under the radar. As some of you who are watching know that this is how it was, especially my family members, if you're watching. That's what it was for me. You could say that it was even earlier than that. I used to run away from kindergarten. I thought, you know, I don't want to be here. Well, you know, I'm not interested in any of this. School was a disaster for me because I had to do what I was told to do. You know, there's no interest. I was not interested in any of that at all. Later in my life, I had to study. To know all this and read books and things, that was later in my life, much later, but I wasn't interested in the education system or in conformity at all. Anyway, Peter Kingsley keeps going. Okay, so when we got utter hell, yeah. Every way leads to hell, and there is no way out. Everywhere leads to no way out. Okay, nothing left for you to do. Nothing can possibly satisfy you anymore. Then, if you're ready, you'll start to discover inside yourself what you always longed for, but were never able to find. You see? I might put my glasses on because I've been sitting in front of the screen most of the day, so my eyes are now blurry. What's the time? Okay. Yeah, then if you're ready, you start to discover inside yourself what you always longed for, but were never able to find. And if you're not lucky, you'll only come to this point when you die. That's true. And that won't be a pretty sight because you'll still be waiting, wanting what you're no longer able to have. And that's an important point. You made that point. Many mystics made that point too. Even Joseph Campbell, that you have to do this work while living. While you're dead, it's too late. Why? We think it's too late because from the dreams and the experiences, for instance, that I had, the people that come to me that have died, they only die with the level of consciousness, and they can't learn new consciousness once you're gone, once you're over the other side. It is here that we are able to increase our level of consciousness. There we can't. I don't know, maybe they don't have libraries. I really don't know. But, you know, once you're dead, apparently you're dead and your consciousness doesn't evolve much more. So it's here that you have to do it. Here. Another example I'll give you of Rabia of Basra. She was a female mystic, Sufi mystic. She lived, I can't remember, 5th, 6th century, something like this, in Iraq, obviously, Basra. And one of the sheikhs asked her, you know, if she would give him one lesson out of her life. And her life was really difficult. She was sold into slavery early, and so she had nothing to look forward to from society. And she replied, I know that my beloved is already within me. That's it. She knew. She found out. That's how she got out. And when she got out, although she was so hurt by society, I mean, being a slave, being a woman a slave, can you imagine the things that she had to go through? But she still came back and she started teaching. She started helping others to get out. And that's really what it is. You find your inner self. You integrate your missing, you know, twin flame or your soulmate and whatever. In whatever you want to call it, whatever the trendy words are nowadays, and you integrate your inner, you know, your inner partner in life, and then your inner partner in life will begin to teach you, begin to help you to do what it is that you are called to do. If you're called to help others, great. If not, then you got out. You're free. It's really not that complicated, and yet it is really all that complicated. All right, that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.